Hi guys.
Hey guys, Hell's Wanna, Inez and Sparkles here
Back
to
at
talk
it.
about body image and strength training. But before we get stuck into that, we're going to define a little bit more about what we do as exercise physiologists.
Yeah. So exercise physiologists, we prescribe exercise for people with medical illnesses or injuries. And these injuries and illnesses could range from neurological injuries such as illnesses, Parkinson's disease, MS, to things like insulin resistance, so diabetes. What else?
Yeah, we
Bone
can even work.
density.
Yeah, we can even work with people that have low bone density, like osteoporosis,
Mental health.
mental health. Yeah, pretty much any kind of chronic condition, we can help to manage it and improve their quality of life, like you said.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we have lots of experience kind of clinically with these sorts of populations, but also we were fortunate enough to be coaching in like general population, more healthy population. So that's given us a really wide background that we've worked with lots of different kinds of clients and patients and that kind of thing. So
yeah, lots of different bodies and
yeah,
and
I think you really have to learn how to work on your feet in those, like think on your feet in those situations, because one program that you wrote for one person is not going to work for the next person. So
yeah, and that's the sort of nature of this industry, right? We're working with human bodies and everyone's so different. Like we can have a general idea, but you are individually so different, and we don't want to like ever give a cookie cut program which is why it's valuable to, I guess, get a coach, and I think I see the value in that anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I guess let's talk about strength training.
Yeah, let's get stuck in to how strength training specifically kind of helped us to overcome always talking to ourselves really negatively and that negative body image. Firstly, I think having a performance goal and not just an aesthetic goal is really important, so that you realize that your self-worth is more than just what you look like on the outside.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess having goals where it's like you see yourself progress, and then you realize, I'm capable of, being able to lift X amount of weight, and like how dope is it that I've pulled 100 kilos?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, makes you really think that you can conquer anything.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not just kind of like looking at the mirror the whole time and looking at your body and thinking like, I don't look like this way, so I'm not achieving anything. But when in fact you have a performance goal as well as an aesthetic goal, because the two don't cancel each other out.
Yeah.
It just means that you can celebrate the small wins along the way, and you're not just completely relying on like the number on the scales or your before and after pics and that kind of thing. So
yeah, and it's not a bad thing to have aesthetic goals and wanting to look good. Like, let's be real, we care about that. Like, we still do, even though we do strength training. Yeah,
for sure.
What we're trying to say is not just focusing solely on that, but also having, goals.
Other goals to keep you like motivated and give you like a chance to celebrate other wins as well.
Yeah,
just
to
realize
look after your body.
Look after your body and realize like how capable you are aside from just the way that you look.
Yeah, because if you let's be real, like if you apply stimulus to your body, it will change. Like, why wouldn't you want to make your body super strong?
Why wouldn't you want to just see how capable it is? Like,
Absolutely.
push it to its potential.
Yeah.
Don't just be sitting on the cross trainer waiting for something to happen.
Like, look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You can still look better when lifting weights and training with purpose,
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I guess having a plan is very important. Because if you have a plan, there's like you're more likely to stick to something, and it's going to be tailored towards achieving a goal.
Yeah, because it's all well and good to like have a goal, but if you don't have like steps to take that are objective and like measured, then it's going to be very hard for you to actually get to that goal. So that's why it's really important when you are like that's why strength training is so good, because you will have like a structured plan that serves as like a little checklist or like structure to get you to where you want to be.
That's right. So I guess like not only that, you'll also have a reason why there's an exercise in your program, or there's a reason why you're working out. So week by week, let's say you do miss out on a session, you might miss out on a body part, and then the next week that session will be really hard because that progress is going to, like, there's going to be a 2-week gap since that happened. And
and then otherwise you feel like you're taking a step back. So that in itself can be really motivating to just like get in and get that session done so that you can keep progressing week by week.
Yeah, and like exercise is essentially stress on the body, right? it doesn't differentiate stress from, gym stress or work stress or relationship stress. So it's like, let's apply this stress in a systematic and smart way to progress. And just be like, because obviously strength training, you can't just go into the gym and smash yourself
every time, because you will get nowhere.
And it's probably not a good idea to smash yourself after a long and stressful day at work with cardio either. It's like, why are we doing this to our bodies?
Exactly, and that's why you want to have smart programming that means you are not hitting your peak every single session, because otherwise, you are just going to feel like shit.
Yeah, because your body always wants to be in front of the program. You got to allow your body to recover so it can do things.
Yeah, exactly.
So it can lift that amount of weight again.
And so that you can actually feel energized from your exercise program as well, as opposed to leaving the gym and just feeling completely
ruined
smashed.
Or feeling bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think about it this way with cardio. If you're burning, if you're running on the treadmill or cross training for an hour, you're burning calories then and there. It's cardiovascular, right? It's you're burning a lot of calories. But when you're lifting weights, you may not necessarily burn a lot of calories then and there, but over a period of 4 days, you're tearing down your muscle fibers and it's trying to recover.
That requires
and your body's
a lot of energy.
Yeah. Metabolism goes up. But I think, it goes hand in hand. It's good to do both. You don't want to just cancel out, cardio in general.
Yeah, but you also just don't want to be, training maximally for either all the time. There comes a time and a place where within cycles you're going to be training at your peak, but you also want to be introducing a lot more submax training. And that was a big thing that I started doing when I did do strength training, was realizing, hey, I don't have to be training at my max all the time. I don't have to be dripping in sweat all the time. To get results, which actually meant then I was able to not be so exhausted and hungry and grumpy all the time, which then meant I could look at myself rationally and be like, stop hating on yourself. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Which is another thing, strength training helps you think rationally and a bit more logically and makes you more in control of your emotional demons and emotional side, Yeah,
for sure, because it's showing you it's giving you objective markers of your progress instead of just kind of relying on your emotions and how you feel, because you've got a structured plan that's set out from you and you should be able to hit all of those numbers, or you should be able to hit all those sessions because that's what you planned out from the start. And so having those kind of objective markers means that you're not just relying on how you feel all the time, because
social media and a lot of the culture now is you do what you feel. You should do as you feel and what you think is right. And that's true to an extent, but sometimes you're not going to want to go to the gym. And and so I think, having a plan is there for you to, even though it's hard, even though you don't feel like it, you go and you show up and you commit. And in our last video, we spoke about this, that, we live in a very transient world where we chop and change, and, strength training, I guess, has helped us commit to something and follow through and see results. And that's really, really rewarding and empowering.
Absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Having that commitment to something and working hard for it and for it to pay off, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it's something that you really have to stick to, but eventually it'll pay off in both aesthetics and your performance, and that's just really rewarding. Yeah. For sure.
And on top of that, I think, because you're looking at yourself less and, not comparing yourself as, I guess it helps you not to compare yourself, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And support other people.
I think the nature of strength training and powerlifting is that it's very, celebratory of the individual, but within a group environment, if that makes sense. So for example, if my friend's hitting a PB, and even though they're in the same weight class as me, I'm not going to be oh fuck, they're going to beat me in the next competition. I'm that is amazing, well done. And then when I hit a PB, I'm that's amazing, well done. It doesn't matter what anyone else has done. And that's something that I really only learnt to do, celebrate other people's achievements through powerlifting and through strength training. Yeah,
because you understand and respect that everyone is on their own journey, and you are PBing from what you did last time, not anyone else. And you understand and respect that. It's you have a lot more respect for other people, because, they're working just as hard and they deserve the PB that they get.
Absolutely.
Unless they're on steroids.
Well,
Anyways,
So basically it's the ability to celebrate other people and realize that just because they're achieving something doesn't mean that you can't achieve something as well. So that's a really, powerlifting has so many lessons that can just be transferred into everyday life. It's great.
Tell us how.
Not biased.
Yeah, well, it does give you a lot more confidence, right? Because it's also saying, you're now able to lift or do something that you once couldn't.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And even just having the confidence to walk into the gym and set up your squat rack correctly and bench that weight and having, just knowing that you can do that kind of thing, that confidence will exude into the rest of your life.
Yeah. Is that everything you want to say?
Yeah, I think so. I think that covers everything.
Yeah. So I guess please ask us questions. I think Inez and I, we do know a lot, so we swear.
Between the two of us.
But please ask us questions. It can be related to exercise physiology. If you have any medical conditions or illnesses and you're worried about exercise.
You're living with a chronic health condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please ask away because, there's a lot of, I feel like people are more encouraging of people to rest when they have injuries, and we learn that you can still train when you're injured. If your upper limb's injured or your lower limb, you've got the other part of the body to still exercise, and there's other forms of exercise. So
there's always an alternative. You should never just give up all hope and do nothing. Always.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So send us with your questions, PM us either on Facebook or Instagram, and we will talk to you in a week. Bye.